This is going to be the final phase of Genesis, and it's called Nature's Wrath.
It's a nice day on the surface, but something's different. The clouds are moving, but they're not just moving, they're forming naturally in changing shape. They dissipate as they glide on the atmosphere based on wind data, stratus and cumulus alike. Now we start seeing the new cloud shading model come into play. We are seeing enhanced occlusion beneath the cover, emphasizing the sunbeams, how it interact with the clouds, and seeing the light shafts peer through the layers. Now, as this is closing in, we can start to see the changes in visibility of the area. Light precipitation is starting. Previously, we authored static cloud shapes, but no longer. We didn't manually place a volume here. Its presence has been informed by Genesis data. Oh, and it's not just a cloud volume. It's a weather front. Now we're trying to see the wind picking up. Terrain and rocks are getting wet. Vegetation, grass, and the overall environment are responding to the weather. The system is changing the world around us. We can see puddles being formed dynamically in the dirt, properly responding to light, reflections, and rain droplets, making it's getting really ominous and loud in here. I can feel the danger. I think we should let this play out in the game.
Conditions have deteriorated. Severe items. We need to leave now. Get back here. Flying out. We'll need to switch to IFR. See you on the other side.
Welcome to Phase 4, Light and Sound. First of all, why is this important? But there's an incredible amount of attention from the lighting artist that goes into all of the locations that we have in the game. Besides just marking up the reflection probe areas, they also manage the visuals really carefully, adding fill lights, approximating bounce lights off ground and up into ceilings and dark corners where there aren't any direct lights pointing, really. And the problem is, not only does this take a lot of time and really constrain the style that they're using, It's simply not possible. If you've got a planet full of forests and you're going to be exploring places that no artist has ever visited, no, they've not looked at, and they're certainly not going to be able to have tweaked it for you. So we need something that works completely hands-off. So this is the forest as you'd see it without the GI system. As you can see, all the shadows are receiving lighting from the same environment probe, so it's basically just a flat color across. We replace that with around 40,000 mini ray trace probes. Each of them has their own view of the sky, and so that gives you way more contrast and variation as you move in and out of the canopy. As you can see, Pico's in trouble again, but because the lighting team hasn't helped, if you add the transparency GI system, suddenly the whole scene comes alive, and this is something that we could never have done until we added this tech. Now, the other piece of the puzzle is glossy reflections. If we fix the lighting on one thing and then the reflections don't match, it's going to look terrible. So I'm going to do an uncomfortably short breakdown on what this tech looks like and how that comes together. Now, obviously it reads as shiny, but there's this kind of fakeness to it. So let's see what the ray tracing looks like. So what we do is we let pixels share their data in space and then also in time to clear up the final image. And then we let the game's normal anti-aliasing just kind of clean up the last stuff and carry us over the finish line. And that's how you make a chrome penguin. So here we start adding natural areas of light and shade and warm and cool colors. These open areas benefit in the same way as the forest scene did, adding areas of shade and areas of open lighting. Like I mentioned, the time of day shifting leads to different ambience as the sun moves. And this is the shot that I just liked. Finally, let's see how the new GI system can brighten up your character's day. And also their day as well. Well, I promised you light and sound, but I don't actually know anything about sound. So here's the man who does, Graham Phillipson.
Do you want to make some noise? Sound isn't as fast as light, so it takes me a bit to catch up. How do we paint this world with sounds? It's a challenge. It's a challenge of scale, and it's a challenge of quality, and we want a seamless experience. But with Star Audio, we can rapidly implement audio for entity classes, brushes, or audio sweeteners, all of which can be reused and reflected immediately across the game, including all of those emergent locations we talked about earlier. So again, this is Genesis data driving what happens in-game. So to add some realism, sounds respond to how they move, how you move in the world and how they move relative to you. In even simpler terms, so you can hear the pitch and tempo changing as we move relative to the Benny Noodle machine, and this is all fully systemic, no special treatment for this sound. If you were at the Pico perspective there, that's how you'd hear it in-game right now. So Pico's down before he even hears the shot. But don't worry, he's not dead. Now he's dead. Procrastinate. So there's one more example for you, giving you a bit of a sense of threat. Bit of a sense of threat. Finally, the really cool stuff, explosions. So we can put a cinematic element, a shockwave element, and a delayed speed of sound effects. Speed of sound effects. Cinematic effect first when you see it. Shockwave, and the explosion itself. This is all completely driven by parameters in the game, so we can do this for real.
My name is Francesco Cucci, and I'm the director in CIG. Welcome to the next step of phase 3. We will look into how life adapts to the laws of nature. We start from the physical data set, and this is to make sure that what you see is not just beautiful and realistic, but also physically accurate. Those locations cannot be lifeless. We want the planets to basically leverage the space that emerge with life. Emergent environment, users-made locations, interior of those locations, and then day and night cycle. So in essence, the passage of time. So attacking an outpost now must have a level of depth that goes beyond what we had. So layouts of the environment can change, vehicles may or may not be present, and PC can be anywhere. And if it's a bright day, well, we will be more visible, but our enemies will also be more visible. And if you choose to attack at nighttime, well, we'll attack in shadows. During darkness, it's going to be a bit harder to see our enemies, but we will also be harder to be spotted. And it will give us more opportunities to be stealthy and sneaky. How do we do that? So in this video, we'll see two main elements: the graph on the top left and the two colorful cones. The graph on the left basically represents the current light level the NPC is in, and the current multiplier this light level generates to speed up or slow down the NPC perception and understanding. The red color means that if you stand in that location, it will result in NPC reacting the slowest to you, and the green color instead represents the quickest response. So during the night, NPC will have a hard time to understand and foresee and see things, but if they have flashlights on their helmets, they can turn it on, and this will impact their primary FOV. So we will now look at the cover system. As you see here, the blue polygons are basically where NPCs can walk, and the green ones are what we call cover surfaces, that are our simple representation of the environment, what NPC uses to understand if they can hide behind something and if they can shoot from some positions. So enabling the dynamic generation of covers on the planet allows us to exploit all the elements of the environment. Whenever navigation mesh generates, NPC can now have a chance to fight with you hiding behind available elements. Boulders, rock, walls, and are all useful elements right now, but also vehicles can be used for cover. And as you can see, this is dynamically generating while the vehicle moves. So be careful where you park your Ursa, because now it can become a source of danger for you as well. These systems can be just used on, for example, the interiors and everything you guys construct, because obviously you guys will build your own locations. So what we see here is with the introduction of Maelstrom last year, so you would destroy so much stuff in this world that we had to find a solution, right? So this is why we approach the cover generation navigation mesh as it is, because there is just no way for us to predict anything that you're doing, and we want just Maelstrom to be another trigger for word evaluation. So as you see, this is all dynamically generating, and destroying anything just makes the word be reevaluated. So, as you see here, we can have also lots of rules, so you can see that a bit here. But when things break, first they invalidate, and then when they rest, for example, we can decide when is a good moment to regenerate, so that we also don't waste too much CPU cycles. The color that you see is mostly cover quality. Green is high cover, the dark green is low cover, and then we have the red, that is basically not really good cover, but if there is nothing better, well, it's better to be behind something than being, in open space. So, thank you all. This was phase 3, and now, let's welcome Bentari.
Hello, Citizen Khan! It's time from phase 3 civilization to give you some stuff to do. Let's talk about location density. We've emulated nature as well as we can to make sure our planets are physically based and realistic, our biomes are emergent. But it's time to populate. It's time to start populating the verse. Before we continue, let's first take stock as to where we are now. At the moment in the verse, we have these custom, beautifully made locations, ghost hollows, distribution centers, or even just some outposts. And these have all been handcrafted by our designers and artists, and they've been working directly on the planet. Going forward, this doesn't really scale. Server meshing is about to arrive, and we're gonna have a way higher player count. So those 73 bunkers across Stanton just won't cut it. In general, it's also pretty barren. No exploration gameplay. You haven't really put your character to use. So this means we need to go bigger. We need to change our workflow. We need to first establish a new benchmark, ensuring quality. And any location that you'll find needs to have its own unique personality and no and no repetition. We don't want you to find the same location twice. This is your exploration. As for density, if you fly down to the planet, we want you to find something, let's say, every 100 clicks. Also, improve the mission experience. Going forward, we are modularizing all our existing locations and assets, where you're basically making a library of buildings and layouts, no longer work directly on the planet. All these modules and assets can be iterated upon and tested right in the editor for all the designers and artists. Basically, we're building a toolkit. We've got things like Frontier for our settlements, high-tech for emergency shelters, also utilitarian like our bunkers and distribution centers. They all have a function. Mining for our mining outposts, farming for the farmsteads, or just places where people live. And last but not least, the people as well. We've got lawful people like the new citizens for prosperity and Pyro. Unlawful, such as Xenofred. In different places, you'll find different people. Let's start building thousands of locations. Yes, I said thousands. I'd like to introduce to you Starchitect. What Starchitect allows us to do is directly on a planetary scale scatter all these new libraries and modules and assets and no longer work directly on the planet. As you can see, we're now able to make full-size locations and they will look completely different based on where you'd find them. And it will reflect its place in the verse. Farms, mining outposts, bunkers that you find on Stanton. Starchitect will intelligently figure out where the place is and what needs to be at the location. Let's look at an example. Farms. Its rules, well, temperature. Not every plant can live in every temperature, but the same with soil type. And then we can query the seed map to determine what plants you would find there. What are the harvestables? As for the targets, again, farm buildings, obviously. Power buildings, houses, but even animals such as our beloved quasi-grazers. Let's talk about coherency. You don't just want to find an outpost completely on its own, right? We want to make sure it really feels like people have built their lives here. We want to tell tighter stories, but also logical exploration. If I find one thing, I expect to find something similar, and also give the narrative developments. People build near rivers, on mountains, they build near town halls, they build near distribution centers. So to hit that bit of our benchmark, we make sure that locations are near each other and group them together. The effect it gives is a fully developed landscape with vistas and points of interest all over. And we group them together in what we like to call a cluster, like this one, that has 13 locations. Clustering means generating locations near other locations. If you find a distribution center, I would find forward operating bases next to them. But if you go even further out, you'd find mining outposts to funnel those resources to the FOBs. Go out even further, you'd find caves around them, because that's where they might find some of the gems. And then we can even specify the data on a cluster level. All of the factions that live at this whole cluster, any mining outpost, that would be the same people, but also what commodities they sell, to find on what resource you'd find. We have our mining cluster. Again, we can define what rules we should have. Rules, well, near a resource, just like our mining outpost, but also it needs to be on a lawful planet. They need protection. As for the targets, well, caves, mining outposts, but even trade posts. Now let's look at the other side of the spectrum, an unlawful cluster. What rules? They need to be far away from any other cluster, because they want to be isolated and do their evil deeds on their own. And also on an unlawful planet, such as somewhere in the Pyro system. For the targets, outlaw outposts, crash ships, because they would shoot them down, and also ruins from just places they just completely overrun. You'd find specific loadouts, and they'll be using weapons that you wouldn't find any in other legal system. So, now that we have a cluster, let's go even bigger. We can put clusters near other clusters. And we group them together, ranging between 10 to 15 locations each. And we group this into what we call a sector, like this one, that has about 120 locations. However, on a planetary scale, we can define how many sectors we should have, with each their own data and persona. And every single one of these locations is now ready for the mission system to hook up and give you gameplay, and for you to find a bunch of places on your own. And just on this side of the planet, can you guess the number? We've got about 3,042 locations. This means that Starchitect, we're just able to, on a planetary scale, just define how many locations we need, what you'd find there, and to just give that full identity. And I won't just see you in the verse, but I'll see you in a denser verse.
Wow. Thank God there's only 20 of you, otherwise I'd be nervous. I'm here on behalf of the Planet Content team. Wait, should I click? No. No, I should click. Yeah, click. Oh, there we go. Our goal is to provide the content that the system needs to populate every corner of every planet with realistic environments. And this content is what this phase of Genesis is all about, emergent biomes. Let's look at very high moisture and medium to high temperature. So let's have a closer look. For the water's edge, we made plants like this Alternatera and the iris. We also need the aquatic ones to float on the water surface. This willow and the one after, a Chinese tallow tree, while comfortable near water, we can also use to replace some of the more aged assets used to seeing elsewhere in the game. The last one, you may not see used much in other biomes, but it's a very iconic one for the swamp, the bald cypress. Another feature we need for make a swamp experience a proper one is water interaction. As you walk or swim through the water, you may come across obstacles like logs or debris floating on the surface. They will react to the player character and can be pushed out of the way. We were also pleasantly surprised when we first saw how the water simulation systemically affects assets floating on the water surface, making for some really immersive moments. So let's have a look at extreme object density next. With jungles, we wanted to explore the concept of vertical stratification. The idea being that we can vary what kind of forest you're in, adding or replacing the plants that visually stand out the most. To get us started on our stratification, we made EP files like the Epiprenum and the Spromeliad, including a potted version for your hab. Then obviously you need jungles for lianas for a jungle, and we also made the Kareahs, which add character to the herb and tree layer. For tall trees, we decided on the fairly generic rubber tree, as its different growth stages serve as a nice foundation for all height levels. And that's pretty much what we need to make a pretty good base for jungle. This climate would support a lot of different forests, but we also wanted to use this opportunity to explore extreme scale, and they're just really cool. A fairly common family of species for the ground levels of all redwoods are ferns, in our case the sword fern. We also made a huckleberry variant to provide some visual density for the shrub layer. To add some Jurassic vibes, we made tree ferns as they can be found in New Zealand's redwood forests. The most important one though, obviously sequoias, and they ended up being one of our most complex sets yet. As it turns out, they can grow to be fairly ridiculous in size. It keeps going. One thing our game's foliage is sorely missing is the ability to properly react to what's happening around it. The goal here is to unify all forces from all sources, wind, characters and creatures, ships, explosions, and whatever else, and have the vegetation behave accordingly. Wind, characters and creatures. All forces from all sources, wind, characters and creatures, ships, explosions, and whatever else, and have the vegetation behave accordingly. Now, as part of our tech improvements, we will be implementing a GPU-based simulation that's fit for our game scale. For now, we've set up the ferns with our existing CPU-based one to better visualize what it will feel like to walk amongst those giants. Also, with the biomes on our planets now being defined by where an individual object wants to appear, you can expect a lot more happy accidents by having species invade different biomes, making for some unique locations.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel, again with Star Citizen. Yes, with Star Citizen. I know that I criticize it often, but hey, it is the CitizenCon event. I think that key aspect of that word is con. We have the new patch, so there's a lot going on. So yeah, of course, we're going to talk about this. No, I'm not a hater. I want the game to do very well. No, it is not doing very well. No, I'm not a shill. A shill will lie, deceive. That's the definition of a shill. Look it up in case you don't know English. You should if it's your first language, especially so you should know what a shill is. Traditionally, a shill was someone hiding in the crowd, pretending to not be related to the business or have an interest in it or not, and just pretend to be one of the crowd. Oh, sir, that is an excellent product. May I buy 10 of those? Well, that was a shill. These days, a shill is just someone that is basically lying about his opinion regarding things simply so as to make you buy stuff. So no, I'm not a shill, I'm not lying, I'm giving you as much of an honest opinion as a human being can. I rather believe I'm kind of critical in some aspects, so no, certainly not a shill. Learn your fucking language, people. The other thing, yes, there is an ongoing sales event. In spite of everything, if you want to start playing Star Citizen, this is, funny enough, the best time to do it because 25% discount on the Avenger Titan, which also comes with a nice paint, the Iron Weave paint, which I do have. I didn't get it in a promotion, but I have it because it's nice. And a set of armor, which you can use, but once you lose, you don't have any way of reclaiming, which, interestingly enough, has not been presented as a potential solution in this CitizenCon. So, lots of things to not be super happy about. But if you want to start playing, that would be the pack that I would get. I would also make sure you use the referral code that you have there below. You have mine. Yes, use mine. Don't use an actual shill's referral because they're doing they're doing just fine, right? They have enough support as it is from the company they're shilling for. So yeah. Not my case, so anything that I can eventually end up using to do more content, that is more than welcome if you decide to start playing this thing in spite of everything going wrong with it. And since we're talking about what's going wrong with it, well, it is kind of difficult to play right now because it's so damn broken. I warned you about this before. I told you. It is a disaster in the PTU. And live, it was just thrown here because of the event. And it is terrible. Look, that's a nice set of clothing there. I appreciate I can have a pistol now and reload my magazines. That is all I have positive as of this year. But yes, important advice here. If you're having problems logging in, if you're watching this and you do play Star Citizen in spite of all of the criticism and all of the problems, let me explain. There's nothing you can do. It is very, very bad. As you sign in the launcher, you see a warning there already. Don't go to Spectrum looking for magical solutions. There are none. Don't mess with your PC. Don't mess with your software. You will just break things and make everything worse. Trust me on this. I know what I'm talking about. It is all on them. Leave it as it is. Go do something else for a couple hours. Work out. Go for a walk. Go for a swim. I don't know. Do something else. The most you can do is log out. Then wait for an hour, log back in, and give it a try there. But nothing else you do will make a difference because this is all.
Open up the RSI launcher, launch the game, acknowledge.
On the patch that is terrible. It's all on CIG. Don't touch anything. Don't clear any. It is all bullshit. Just wait until they fix it and try and try and try again until eventually you get through. That's all you can do as of right now. Then, one more super important thing once you get in. You will see that the patch is quite terrible. What I mean by that is lots of things are broken in stupid ways. There's a lot of lag, so be extremely patient. And then when it comes to the ships that you actually have, oh, there it is, dying again. So nice, so convenient. Look, one of the things you need to keep in mind is that the larger ships, especially if it has, there you go, if it has a couple, you need small ships. Small ships work better on the quantum drive on the ones that have several power plants. If it has one power plant only, it's a lot more likely to work than if it has multiple. So smaller ships like the Avenger Titan are a lot more reliable in this disaster of a patch. Guys, you see it right there. I'm not shilling. I'm just calling it as it is. A lot of luck. Take care. See you next time.
Guys, welcome to the channel, and in this case, I'll be reacting
And it crashes back to the RSI launcher. Unknown error. Game error code 6000. Now click cancel. Now repeat it a couple more times. Crash 2. Crash 3. Okay, now this time we're going to do something different. As soon as you click on this acknowledge button, an easy anti-cheat splash screen will appear. Immediately click and drag on it, and then drag it in a circle rapidly for 5 seconds or longer, as shown. After the 5+ seconds have elapsed, let go of the mouse and let the splash screen do its thing. Now at this point you can try it out yourselves. For the remainder of the video, I will load into the persistent universe for a minute, then go back to the main menu, then quit to the desktop. From there, I will attempt to reproduce the results at least to the main menu themselves. For the remainder of the video, I will load into the persistent universe for a minute, then go back to the main menu, then quit to the desktop. From there, I will attempt to reproduce the results at least 2 more times.
sometimes in life we take for granted the things that we use and care about the most, and we don't even notice how great they are until we lose them.
System failure. Quantum drive offline.
Whoa, wait, my quantum drive is fried? God, damn it, I knew I should have bought that Avenger Titan. I knew this Drake cutter had a suspicious amount of Drake tape on it the moment I flew her off the lot. Without a quantum drive, you are basically stuck on whatever planet you're on. Now, they're not terribly expensive, especially for these smaller ships, but I do make terrible financial choices and went on an armor buying spree, so getting a whole new quantum drive is not an option. I need to somehow make enough money to buy a new one, or I'll be stuck at Louisville forever, living off of handouts from other citizens. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here.
Rise and shine, fish.
Surprised I'm not hungover.
That's the magic of expensive booze.
The view ain't bad either. Never thought I'd look down on this many people at once.
Don't get too comfortable. The rig doesn't even have AC.
The what?
My Corsair. Come on, let's go see how well they duct taped her back together. You upgraded the power plant?
The old one couldn't have handled a military-grade shield generator, avalanche coolers, and an XL1 jump drive.
Say what?
A woman as impressive as you deserves only the very best. By the way, I don't believe I've met your friend.
Name's Fish.
Maintenance tech. I do my own inspections.
Well, you must be excellent if Ava's hired you.
The best. Sorry, but we've got to get going. Got some other contracts waiting.
There is one more thing.
Here it comes.
May I speak to you in private?
So, some dude in flashy armor is able to subvert your entire security network?
Whoever it is, he's already breached a number of our secure facilities and killed dozens of personnel. We're not sure what he's up to, but I might need your help in stopping him. If we can find him, that is. He's a bit of a ghost.
I don't believe in ghosts.
Yes, well, perhaps I can turn you into a believer then.
Good luck with that. Okay, I'm out.
I'd love to have you for dinner. My culinary team makes an exquisite Korean galbi. You're half Korean, aren't you?
It's kalbi. Sorry, dude, I got shit to do.
So I'm your maintenance tech now, huh?
Play your cards close, fish. Especially around corpos. That dude finds out you're a former Ninetail, who knows what shit he'll pull.
Oh, looks like he's trying to pull you, actually.
Excuse me?
Dude's got a huge crush on you. You'd see that shit from space.
Yeah, not interested.
So what else did he say to you that was so private anyway?
He just told me some stupid ghost story bullshit. What do you care?
Ghosts are real, trust me. Hell, I think I saw one on the roof last night. Some dude in shiny armor was watching us and then disappeared.
What?
You don't believe in ghosts, what do you care?
Look at me.
Jesus, calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down. You saw something off. Why the fuck didn't you tell me?
That's probably the smog choking my brains out. I don't know. Who cares?
I care, Fish. Someone almost tracked us to the fucking hideout yesterday. I need to know everything.
Okay, fine. I'll tell you from now on. But you gotta tell me what that corpo douche said to you.
You're jealous.
Jealous?
Great. What else have you seen?
I'm not jealous.
Fish? What else?
Nothing. You really think I'm jealous?
I saw a dude in a hood yesterday at Seraphim while you puked. You saw him too, didn't you?
Before the screening.
Jesus. Any idea who it is?
Didn't get a good look. Listen, you're not my type, so forget about...
Dropping you at the next station.
Ava, please. I've got nothing to do with this shit.
You're a risk. I can't compromise my group.
A risk? What happened to a better life, huh? I thought you gave a shit.
I did. Now I'm being followed.
So you're just gonna ditch me?
I'm not taking any chances.
Ava, you were my last chance.
No, I was just the first. Keep going, Fish.
What the hell? Hello? Someone try to call operations? I should go back to first shift. Hello? This is a restricted area.
Not anymore.
What?
I need your help. It's urgent. We have the perimeter secured, and I think he's trapped somewhere near the central reactor. He's got the whole place acting out of sorts, like some kind of poltergeist.
Why not send your elite guard in? Afraid you'll get their capes dirty?
They specialize in executive protection, not high-value target extractions, my dear.
I'm not your dear. You want us to bring this guy out alive?
Ideally, dead is an option, but will leave us without answers.
I'm more worried about him causing a meltdown. This place will blow sky high and take Lorville's power grid with it.
Yes, I'd certainly be on thin ice then.
Not doing this for you, dude. I'm doing this for the people. My people.
Touching.
Net 7 News, this is Tia.
Trent Murdoch here, president of Hurston Security. Look, I've got quite the story for you. Some terrorist element just hijacked one of Lorville's major power plants and plans to blow the place sky high.
Holy smokes, can you stop them?
They've managed to wipe out most of our security forces, and the UEE seems to think that this is still a Hurston Dynamics issue. Apparently, the safety of our hardworking people isn't enough for them to care. At this point, we'll need a miracle. Perhaps some news coverage will summon something.
Any idea who these people are?
They go by the name Huxley.
Ava.
Where's the perimeter security?
Good question. Let's start a sweep.
live from Chimney Island, where a rogue terrorist element threatens to detonate the facility, taking Lorville's power grid down with it. With Hurston security crippled and the UEE out to lunch, who can we call upon to stop them before it's too late?
Ava. Bartender, I need a gun, some armor, and a ride out of here. Got any specials?
Looks like he hacked the mainframe.
Anything that computer science degree can undo?
Okay.
What's going on?
Someone just shut down the reactor coolers.
Time to bounce.
Hey, boss. We're locked in.
Torch it.
Warning, the reactor will reach critical mass in 10 minutes. Please evacuate immediately.
Trusty, any luck?
Not really.
Kiwi, how's that override coming?
Hold on. I'm a fucking genius. Lucky's more like it.
Trusty! Trusty, you good?
He's pretty fucked up, boss. Better call Medrunner.
On it.
Thank you for calling Medrunner. I'm sorry, but your account has been suspended.
Apparently, President Murdick hasn't taken care of that yet.
And now his guards are shooting at us.
Yeah, this whole thing smells like shit. Get him stabilized on the rig. Nearest hospital is 2 minutes by air.
What about you, boss?
If I'm not there in 4, book it.
Answer me, girl.
The number you are trying to reach is currently unavailable.
What's that?
The reactor's overheating. It's only a matter of time now. Who the hell was that?
Who knows? Sure hope he can swim, though. Roll cameras.
Come on, Ava.
Warning, 2 minutes until critical mass.
Shit. Hang on, Trusty.
Ava. Looks like this is it, folks. Brace yourselves.
Warning, 1 minute until critical mass.
Behold, the all-powerful Gemini, Savior left standing!
Savior my ass.
Impressive.
Who the hell are you?
I can give you a better life. All I ask is that you surrender to the great Gemini.
Back off, dude.
Join me, or perish.
No chance in hell. I said back off.
Warning, 30 seconds until critical mass.
Shame.
That's my girl.
Dad? I don't understand.
I didn't either, but it'll make sense one day.
You look look good.
You look like shit.
I missed you so much.
It's not your time. You still got things to do.
I'm not leaving.
My little rebel. Close your eyes.
No. I can't do this.
It's okay. I got you.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too, Ava.
Oh, shit. Ava, I got you. Hang on. Let's go. Shit.
Reactor stabilized. All clear.
People of Lorville, it is I, Gemini, the savior of Staten. Fear not, as I have expelled the terrorists from this region, and will ensure they never return. Behold my power. Behold the great Gemini.
Hey.
Hey.
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in the head.
Hang on, I've got fucking phone calls coming in. Give me a second.
Okay.
Some people think I'm a bitch. I can be. Maybe you would be too. Orphaned as a kid, growing up on the streets. I feel like I've come a long way, especially now. 10 years of service, Special Forces Green Beret, citizenship. I survived. It's what I do best. Embrace this suck. Don't get too comfortable, and push. Ava, one more mile. One foot in front of the other. I can't turn it off. Thank God for alcohol.
In this first lesson, we will review essential phrases that can be used in a variety of unsavory scenarios. Phrase 1. Fuck off. Chokka. Chokka. Phrase 2. Ah shit. Ai shibal. Ai shibal. Phrase 3. Do you want to die? 죽을래. 죽을래.
Green light, boss.
Motherfucker.
Let's move, Nine Tails. Sooner we get this slab transferred, sooner we can smoke our share. Hurts, doesn't it?
We're just workers. Why'd you shoot us?
Because sometimes workers turn into soldiers. It's a dangerous business, mate. Nothing personal.
My little girl. I needed the money.
What you needed was a sidearm, mate. Oi, fish. You ready to become a man? Put this slug out of his misery and make it quick.
Airspace is clear.
Cuddy on the decks already loaded with slam. Trusty, let me know when your team is up so we can take it off their hands.
Ground team's up. Ready for infill.
Roger, inbound
30 seconds.
Please. Don't kill me.
I don't got no choice.
Please.
Medical beacon activated. Please remain calm. Help is on the way.
Are you crazy? Now we're both screwed.
Everyone deserves a second chance. Kid.
Fine, but you can't stay here.
Attention all units. Tier 1 alert. Threat unknown. Hurston, Grid November. Alpha 351527330.
The hell?
Hey, boss, we got some on the scope. Coming in hot.
Hell with it.
Last man.
Copy. Last man. Your show.
Corsair, this is Medrunner. State your purpose.
Be advised, we've got Med Runner on site.
Cody Red and a Redeemer. I'll stall.
Hey, Med Runner. I'm actually a VIP client. You guys want some extra cover?
Thank you for choosing Medrunner. We are responding to a medical emergency. Any interference will be met with lethal force.
Ironic.
Intels use Medrunner? No, but their victims do.
Client in sight. IP inbound. 4 landing checks complete.
Ground team's ready for infill. Your door.
Roger. 30 seconds.
Stay with me, buddy. They're almost here.
Wheels down. They're off.
On the go. Holster your weapon, citizen, or you will be shot. Drop the weapon. Do it now. Last chance.
Shit.
Let him go. Let's move in.
Copy that.
All active teams be advised. Armed suspect departing the POI on foot, heading northeast towards the structures.
We've got one more coming your way, boys.
Copy. In sight. Fuck. Oh, shit. He's on the cutty, boss.
Ward it. I'll pin him down. You're just a baby.
You're hot.
Corsair, this is Medrunner. That cutlass contains contraband material. The authorities have been alerted. We must remain on station until they arrive. Please clear the area.
We got this kid at gunpoint. Just say the word, boss.
Take him hostage and burn for orbit. I'll cover you. Let me know when you're ready to launch.
Ready.
Punch it.
Come on, baby, come on.
Today's your lucky day, kid.
I'm not so sure about that.
Fuck. Come on, man.
Give me some sunshine, Trusty.
You got it.
Holy shit.
Hang on, kid.
You gotta be kidding.
Come on, baby. Fuck.
Trusty, break left in 3, 2, 1, break. Trusty, burn for orbit.
Swapping nav mode. Crossing jump altitude now. Swelling.
Better hurry, dude.
Looks like we're good, boss.
Power plant just shit the bed. Gotta put her down, boys.
Need a hand, boss?
Negative. Head back to the hideout for now.
What about the kid?
Give him a beer and get him talking. It's more valuable than the drugs.
You got it, boss. We'll save a cold one for you, too.
I'll be in touch.
Terrain. Pull up.
Yeah. Sheba!
Where are we?
That's classified.
Hello, this call is from Hurston Security, placed by... You know who. To accept this call, please press...
How's it going, boss?
Ready for that beer.
You got it.
How's the kid? Say anything yet?
Not really.
Bring him too. I'll get him talking.
Another job well done, Miss Huxley. I am glad to see you made it out in one piece.
And you are?
Trent Murdoch, president of Hurston Security, and a...
And you are?
Another job well done, Miss Huxley. I am glad to see you made it out in one piece.
And you are?
Trent Murdoch, president of Hurston Security, and a big fan of your work.
You mean the same dudes who arrested me?
Huxley Group has intercepted more contraband in the last few weeks than our security teams have managed in the past 6 months.
I don't understand why they haven't been briefed on our involvement yet.
Politics. If the board finds out we're outsourcing our own security forces, we'll lose funding.
Yeah? How much did that suit cost? You corpos are all the same. You'll have to find someone else to fund your little charade, dude.
Perhaps a new ship.
I don't want a new ship. The rig just needs some proper TLC, something you guys ignore every time I ask.
Consider it done. A woman as impressive as you deserves the very best.
What's the catch?
Just a few more months of support. I will be handling your matters personally from now on.
How long on the repairs? Can't do anything without my ride.
I'll have to get back to you on that. In the meantime, we'll loan you something fast and comfortable. I'll be in touch, Miss Huxley.
Of course it's an origin.
Hey, boss. Cuddy's clean.
Nice work, Trusty. I'll call you later.
Talk to you later, boss.
You ever ride Origin?
Are you kidding?
Yeah. Me either. Name's Ava. What's yours?
Fish. Nickname. Drug run a few months back went south. Ship got shot down over the ocean. I was the only one who made it out.
You like that nickname?
Well, they say it's good luck. Here I am. So, I guess it's true.
How old are you?
18.
Insurance will love that. Where are you from?
Middle of nowhere. Hurston. What's with all the questions?
I'm from Lorville.
Really?
Any family?
Brother. Somewhere. Who knows?
I've got one too. He's a butthead. Why the Nine Tails?
You're not a cop, are you?
No, but I've walked a few miles in your shoes. Army was my ticket off the streets.
Oh, my rap sheet's too long for them. Nine Tails was mine.
Not anymore. I can help you find a better life, Fish.
Better how?
Up to you.
No offense, but your life don't look that much different than mine so far.
When's the last time you wore a tie?
Never. Why?
Charlie, it's Murdoch. Listen, how is your son doing?
President Murdoch? What a surprise. He's not doing so well. The doctors have been spread thin dealing with the fallout of that reactor accident the other day.
No, I'm so sorry to hear this. I'll make sure that the doctors understand he is a top priority. Listen, I need that disgusting heap of Drake trash taking up precious hangar space up and running by tomorrow evening. Without it, we'll all be out of a job, you understand?
That's a tough one, sir.
If you do not do it, I'll find someone who can, and you can forget about little Jimmy getting better because I'll pull the plug myself before having him tossed in the incinerator. Makes sense? You have until 1800 tomorrow. Chop chop. Fucking leech. Enter. You're too short. She's 5'8".
I got heels, mister.
Forget it. From now on, I want you to treat me like shit. Your name is Ava, and you're very, very unhappy with me. Got it?
You got it, asshole.
Lock the door, will you?
Damn, I could get used to this.
Look at you.
Look at you.
Come on, free booze awaits.
Wait. Is that you?
Maybe.
You're the girl from Overclocked?
Never heard of it.
Holy shit, you're famous.
She hates that word. Isn't that right, girl?
Tia, how's it hanging?
No comment.
Hey, aren't you that reporter?
Journalist, and a damn fine one, too.
This is Tia from Net 7 News. The news you want at the speed you need.
Glad you're here, girl.
I can see this place from my office, so no excuses. I'm surprised you're here, though. You never come to these.
I need a few shots before the screening starts. Come on.
Hey, baby, what you doing later?
Not you.
Oh, shit.
He couldn't fill it up at least? Looks like you've got some room.
I can't believe I am hanging out with Ava from Overclocked.
Dude, I will eject your ass. Hold it 2 more minutes. We're almost there.
Where?
That's classified. Shit.
What?
We're being followed. Hang on.
Please stop.
Swallow it.
need you to sign for Meemaw's double dog order when it gets here, man. God almighty, what was that?
Okay, change of plans.
Holy shit.
Lightweight.
Well, I feel better. And about 10 pounds lighter, too. Shit.
Ava, darling, I've got good news.
Make it quick.
Your ship will be ready to go tomorrow evening.
For real?
Yes. And I'd like to treat you to luxury accommodations here in Lorville, so you're ready to take her out as soon as she's done.
Luxury's never been my thing, dude.
Did I mention there's a full bar in the room?
I'll be right there.
What's wrong?
Where's this suit?
President Murdoch is addressing an urgent matter. He wants us to ensure that your stay is nothing short of exceptional.
He's going to ask me for something, isn't he?
President Murdoch advised he will discuss everything with you tomorrow.
Fucking corpos. Okay, Fish. You ready for round two?
I'm sorry, but you are the only one authorized for executive accommodation.
You've got a cape. You can handle it, dude.
We'll need to clear him before we proceed.
Fine. I'll just call Murdoch and let him know you're giving me a hangover.
That won't be necessary. We can handle these matters at a later time.
Smart. Fish, let's go. Swallow it.
The Air Wing has a tradition. Rookie pilot gets the ship nobody else wants. In my flight group, that ship was Lucky 13. There was nothing wrong with her, technically, but before they gave her to me, she'd lost 2 crews. They recovered the ship and the dead, or what was left of them. A ship surviving when all her crew dies is unusual. But twice? I never heard of such a thing before. Or since. Then there was the matter of her serial number. 13-02313. Not only started and ended in 13, the digits totaled 13. Pilots are a superstitious bunch. Lucky me.
Well, she's all yours, Lieutenant. Rookies get the leftovers, you know how that is.
Aye, aye, sir.
I took the liberty. Hope you don't mind, ma'am. Chief Warrant Officer Jack Lee, ma'am. Call sign, Jacko.
Cutter, Colby. Good to meet you.
Hope you're not letting the talk get to you, ma'am.
Oh, I'm not the superstitious type, Jack. It's just a machine.
Well, you're wrong there, ma'am. Ships have personalities. None of them are just machines. 13 in particular.
Our first stop. The enemy attacked one of our terraform stations, so I'm hauling grunts planet-side to check it out. They put me and 13 in front. If shooting starts, 9 times out of 10, it's the lead ship that doesn't come home. I tried not to dwell too much on that.
Penthouse, this is Lima 1-3. Confirm LZ is clear. Over.
Confirmed. Watch your sensors. AWACS tracking 2 T-28 stealth fighters and AO running dark.
LZ looks clear. Terraformer looks bent. Let's get this done. Those T-28 show up, we're fucked. Marines, 5 minutes.
You know what ship we're at, right? It's not a ship, it's a fucking coffin with wings.
Marines, 1 minute.
First team, you got the 10 to 2. Second team, you got the 2 to 6. Third team, you got the 6 to 10. Good to go? Go! No! Rear security! This is Penthouse. Detecting active radar emissions from 2 T-28s bearing 180 into a position.
Marines, fast movers incoming. To cover. All hands. LZ is compromised. Search for immediate evac. What are you doing, 7-0? Get the fuck out of here! You still got men on the ground, jockey! All remaining units into 13 now! Now!
We've got 2 squads of enemy grunts in the brush. Those T-28s are coming around again.
Penthouse, Lima 1-3. We are a go. Requesting air support.
Jamming us. 15 seconds to intercept.
Got one more.
10 seconds to intercept.
Yes.
Wait for me, goddammit!
Got you.
Come on! Oh, God, come on! Fight! He's in!
Launching flares.
Connor, you got this? Connor? Shit, Diamond's here. Guns! Spike!
Jack, flares.
Jacko, take them out.
Copy that. No joy, Cutter. These columns are too dense.
Proximity. Caution. Proximity. Caution.
Jacko, shoot the columns.
Proximity. Caution. Proximity. Caution.
Splash 1, motherfucker.
Straight ahead. Fuck, we're out of ammo.
Got it.
Fucker factor 10.
Oh, boys. This round's on Dave.
I was wrong about you. Wrong about you.
Go!
I flew 19 more combat missions with Lucky 13. And all that time, not one casualty.
I have to admit, Lieutenant, you've done pretty good for yourself, even in this antique.
Thank you, sir. On 3 separate sorties, Lucky 13 was the only flight-ready ship left at the end of the mission.
You know, there's a pair of new whiskey Blackhawks on the way. Feel like trading in this bucket of boats?
She brought us home safely every time. Even when ground fire was so thick you could step from the cockpit to the ground on shrapnel shards.
I do appreciate that, sir, but she's my bucket of bolts. She's always taken care of me.
After the 10th mission in a row without a scratch, the other pilots started to mean it when they said Lucky 13.
How you men doing back there? We're good to go, ma'am. That was close. Shit! Come on, girl. Scares the best. No.
Brace for impact.
Come on!
Up. Out to 10.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. You?
Rattled. Alive.
Contact 2 o'clock. 150 meters. Get those grunts out of here. Get some cover and wait for evac. I'll warm at the cannon. Cover you until ammo's out. Then I'll scuttle.
I'm not gonna let them take you.
All right, boys, on me. Move! Don't come together. Keep going. Please, move your ass. Come on, fuck.
She doesn't want to go.
Enemy in sight! Fire at will!
Fuckers, get off my ship! Get down!
This one is really, really well made.
It patched us all up. Gave me the Distinguished Flying Cross for conspicuous bravery under fire. They gave me one of those new whiskey Blackhawks. It's a fine ship, top of the line.
Well made, very well made. Storytelling visually.
Still, I traded in a split second to fly one more mission in Lucky 13.
你给完了跟我说一声，我按下去。
安登回船上，安登回船上，Start也回船上，然后站在游牧上面玩的也可以下来了，才拿 YC。
把那个箱子，哎，我靠，报废走了。